Hello, it's Jade. Welcome to a Access Show. Today, taking a look at Dead Matter. The news is not great. They've had another delay. We're going to be going and talking about that at the moment. If you don't know anything about Dead Matter, it is a zombie survival experience. Now, I know what you're thinking, not another one. But realistically, we haven't had that many great ones, not recently anyway. This is what I like about Dead Matter. It's pretty fresh. The visuals look stunning, they look amazing. I'd challenge you to find any other open world survival game at the moment that looks just as good. DayZ obviously came out of early access recently and it still has a bunch of problems. I've gone at length speaking about Scum and how players have literally just left that game completely. Despite it selling 1 million copies, there's only 3,000 people playing on the servers. So there is definitely a want for a good survival game, but so far developers aren't really delivering on what players want. Hopefully Dead Matter is going to correct that course. I like it because it's pretty unique. Like I said, the visuals are pretty good, and obviously a lot of this is still placeholders, so they're still going to be working on it and updating it over time. And it's just got a bit of more of a mix. It is player versus player as well, so you will be shooting other people, not just zombos. It's got its own unique custom crafting as well. You're going to be able to modify weapons, judging by their Indiegogo campaign and their Kickstarter campaigns. They have amassed a fair amount of money. As far as I can tell from both campaigns, around 600,000. It is all privately owned, so it's probably no surprise that it has been delayed because they don't necessarily have the big, huge studio development team. Now, to be clear, there wasn't a final release date given. As you can see from this trailer from last year, they were aiming towards the end of 2018. They did then push that back till the start of this year, hopefully, but that still looks like that's going to be a little bit away. So originally scheduled for at some point a closed alpha for content creators and backers just before Christmas, that got delayed, and I do believe that was the second time it had been delayed. Now we're looking at another one. This is probably going to not be great news, but there are some good reasons behind it. I do have some worries though that if they don't start producing something that is playable and that people can really quantify, then it is going to start losing a bit of steam and people are going to start shouting out it's just another cash grab. I generally don't think that's the case. The developers seem pretty genuine and they are obviously making lots of content. They've been doing vlogs and blogs talking about their content quite regularly. But nevertheless, if delays keep happening, we still have to take that into account and measure that about what could possibly happen. That's why I'm always a bit dubious of Kickstarters. As much as some games have been absolutely fantastic that have started that way, it's important that the developers are talking and communicating. And that's what the Dead Matter devs are doing. They are definitely communicating with their fans that are eagerly waiting. So I'm going to read this out because I think it's important to get it all in context. We've got another update regarding our release schedule. We've taken the last 2 months to analyse the response of our community and our backers. We'd like to thank everyone that has come out to show support for the team. Based what we've gathered via comment sections as well as conversations we've had with our backers through Discord, an overwhelming majority of our backers have asked us to continue taking the necessary amount of time to ensure Dead Matter has a successful initial release and reception. We agree with this sentiment and will move forward with this as it is in line with what our backers would like and only further improves Dead Matter. We refuse to allow Dead Matter to become another game that fades into obscurity because of a premature alpha early access launch. There are an abundance of games that have released too early and suffered greatly. Some games even been received so poorly that development has ceased altogether. We rely on crowdfunding for the project, and in order to deliver an experience we believe the community would want, such an experience free from microtransactions and allowing anyone to set up a dedicated server. We must ensure that our release goes smoothly, even if it involves having our backers waiting for just a little longer. The longevity of Dead Matter relies heavily on the first impression that the community outside of the Discord sees. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. We're aiming for this summer. Although we aren't going to give an exact date, this is to ensure a transition to backer closed alpha and then to early access is as smooth as possible and the game gets off the ground. We're currently hitting our internal goals and the game has been exploding with progress. Every aspect from the animations to the weapon and inventory mechanics, as well as our game world, which has gone through a massive overhaul. To deliver an easy to navigate world with a powerful atmosphere, our dedicated team have been churning out content faster than ever as we race towards our closed alpha. While development has been going extremely well well and we've been hitting our internal goals, we also want to allot ourselves the time to ensure that the game is ready and in a state that we feel secure with releasing. We understand that having to wait really sucks, and after some careful consideration we'll be adding a brand new feature to the game that will be exclusive to our backers, as a token of our appreciation for all the patience and kindness our community has shown us as we push forward with getting the game into your hands via Steam. Moving forward, we would like your feedback on how we can improve the communication between the community and ourselves to improve transparency towards development, etc, etc, etc. So they're absolutely right. If you rush a game, we've seen how it can really kill. There have been many attempts at this, and I don't think any have really managed to crack it. Scum, as I said, sold 1 million copies. It had 50,000 people playing it on release. That died very soon after because the developers weren't able to fix a lot of the bugs and the problems. And I'm not talking just about bugs you normally find in early access, but real network coding issues. If you want more information on that, go and check out Why Is No One Playing Scum video. It explains exactly what I think about the situation with Scum and why it is that it's just not that popular anymore. Now, as they say, you can't rush things, and the community seem to be backing it. If he says what's true, the actual backers on Indiegogo and the Kickstarter program are happy to give them extra time, then that's all that matters, because they're the people that have put the money into the game and believe in the game. So as long as they're happy, it doesn't really matter what I or anyone else looking forward to the game wants, because the people that have actually spent their money backing them will get what they want. I just really hope to see it. I'm really excited about it. Like I said, I think it's got some unique features. I am part of their Discord and I am part of the creators Discord, so I'm hopefully going to get some early access to the game or take part in the closed alpha. Of course, a lot of that will be NDA, so I won't be able to actually talk about it or show you guys anything, but I am still looking forward to it. I really think they've got something here, and the hype generated around it is really important. But like I said, I just don't want that hype to go to waste, and there are plenty of games that have spent way too long even getting alpha status and becoming out on early access that they kind of just get forgotten about. Everyone applauds Scum for actually coming into early access when they said they would. They had a good marketing team behind them. That's because they were backed by a fairly decent publisher, Devolver. They actually had the money to go out there and do stuff and give them a little bit more security. It's different when you're funding your own game. So it's not unexpected, and I'm not ragging. I just think that I don't want momentum to be lost, because people are moving on. People will always look to the next game that's going to deliver an experience they want. And with so many disappointments, or so many games maybe not living up to the hype after so many years, like DayZ, even Miscreated, there are plenty of games out there that are vying for your attention with zombies and PvP. It's just a question of not whether one of these is going to crack it. I really don't think we've had a successful survival game other than Scum since DayZ in terms of what we're looking at here. You've got other games like Ark and Conan, and they're successful in their own right, but this type of gameplay, this type of emerging gameplay where you come across players and there's lots to do with crafting and building and securing places, as well as obviously all the vehicles and the customization, I don't think we've had anything as special as Dead Matter is promising at the moment, and so I really hope it does deliver. So I will keep my ears to the ground. It's probably the reason you haven't seen much on my channel. I don't overhype stuff unless I know it's really coming. And like I said, I've included it in a bunch of videos saying how much I'm looking forward to it. But I don't want to start doing weekly videos on it or even monthly videos on it if I don't have an actual release date. Hence why I've been holding off. So I am disappointed today, but I totally understand where the developers are coming from. I just really hope we start to see some movement and that they can maybe hit the summer release date. The flip side is that over the summer it could go really well, and if that extra time has been taken to secure that the game works more or less, you know, people will forgive bugs, they'll forgive things not looking great and glitches, but as we've seen from Scum, they won't forgive developers that aren't necessarily getting to the core root of problems, or people that are maybe not just giving enough content. Scum has released a bunch of updates, and I keep referencing them because that's the one I've covered most recently talking about, but it still hasn't been enough, and the world just seems very empty and flat. I don't think Dead Matter's got that problem. The world seems really vibrant, maybe because it's much more based on real life in terms of the city and towns. I think that's a really good call, so I'm hoping it's going to really deliver on what it's promising. So if you like the idea of this one, make sure you're notified, make sure you subscribe to me obviously, and I will keep you up to date about the progress of this, the changes and things that are going to go on. And I will start talking about it a little bit more, but I just don't want to do it too much in case there is another delay. I don't want to be hyping something up that maybe doesn't come out until next year. So there we go. That is the situation with Dead Matter at the moment. Hopefully coming out in the summertime in early access, of course, and then hopefully I'll get a chance to show you guys something leading up towards it. And if I get any news about console, as ever, I'll let you know. But devs have said they want it to come to console, but that is some way down the line. Obviously they've got to make sure it's a success on PC first. I will leave the link to their backing page in the description box down below as well, so go and check it out and decide for yourself if you want to help fund development, if it's still going on. And definitely the Discord link as well, so you can go and join the community and keep up to date there too. And don't forget to like this video. I'll see you at Bags for more access news, taking a look at everything to do with early access games, big open survival, open world and smaller independent ones. Until next time, laters!